All right, so part D says to find and interpret the p-value with the test statistic you calculated in part C. What is the conclusion of this test in the context of the problem? It says use a significance level of 5%. So first off, let's find our p-value. So we have our test statistic of 4.307 from part C. Our degrees of freedom is going to be n minus 2, so that's 10 minus 2 is equal to 8. Okay, so we throw this in our calculator, TCDF, our lower our lower bound in this case, because we're dealing with a greater than, we have 4.307, we want to be greater than that. So our lower end is 4.307, upper end is positive infinity, degrees of freedom is 8, so this spits out a p-value of 0.001. Okay, now let's start, we just found it, let's interpret this. So remember, definition of p-value is a conditional probability. So again, the p-value, okay, this is the probability we get a sample slope of 0.118, which is the slope we got from this sample, sold per jackpot amount. Okay, and this is assuming our null was true. Our null was, where is it at? Null is that there is no relationship. Okay, so again, one more time. You had the other part, you're gonna have to pause and go back to it. So the rest of this is to, because we're assuming there is no relationship between the two. So in total, the probability we get a sample slope of 0.118 tickets sold per jackpot amount, assuming there is no relationship between the two, is 0.001, which was our p-value. Okay, and now the conclusion for the test in context, because our p-value, so again, you're going to have to write this out, because our p-value of 0.001 is less than our significance level of 5%, we can reject the null and say we have convincing evidence of a positive relationship between the amount of a jackpot and the number of ticket sales.